Hello dear AP TET School Assistant Candidates. Welcome back to my Grammar for Success channel. I am Koresh Babu, a retired lecturer in English from Hyderabad. In today's video, I am going to explain the second part of content and methodology questions given in the 4th October 2024 AP TET School Assistant question paper. I therefore request all of you to watch this video till the end without skipping it in the middle, so that you can find where you have gone wrong in the question paper. I also request all of you to consider subscribing to my channel and also sharing this video with all your friends. Thank you so much. Now let's get into the video. In the question paper of AP TET School Assistant content and methodology, there are as many as 60 bits, and for my convenience I have made these questions into two parts. Okay, 1 to 30 questions in one video, 31st to 60 questions in this second video, and therefore the question number is beginning here from 31st question onwards. And here what is the 31st question? Identify the primary reason the banker considers killing the lawyer towards the end of the story. You know very well about Anton Chekhov's The Bet. I have made a video on this. Okay, and what was the primary reason for the banker to try to kill the lawyer towards the end of the story? Means, you know very well, this banker becomes bankrupt, and he finds that he is not able to pay off his bet amount, that is 2 million rubles. You know that very well. So therefore he wants to kill the lawyer. Okay, he wants to kill the lawyer. So that was the main reason for the banker to consider killing the lawyer towards the end of the story, right? And let us look at the options given here. The lawyer refuses to leave confinement. No, that's not the right one. The lawyer threatens to expose the banker's financial secrets. No. And the banker is financially ruined and can't afford to pay the bet. So he has become financially ruined. Financially ruined means he broke and he became bankrupt. He is moneyless now, and therefore he can't afford to pay the bet amount, that is 2 million rubles. You know very well. So he could not pay this, and therefore he plans to kill the banker, right? And this is the relevant answer. The banker believes the lawyer has betrayed him. No. So therefore first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is your correct answer, right? Now let's move on to the next question. Identify the primary theme of Engine Trouble. You know very well, R.K. Narayan's Engine Trouble story is there. That's a very interesting story. I also made a video on this particular story. And here, what is the primary theme of Engine Trouble as portrayed, as described through the characters and their actions? You know very well, in this story you can find various characters. Okay, the people themselves are the characters in this story. The municipal authority is the character in this story. The temple priest is the character in this story. And what is the primary theme of Engine Trouble? Here you pay attention. The inefficiency and absurdity of bureaucracy. So here the very first one is the right answer. The inefficiency of bureaucracy, the inefficiency of the authorities of that town, okay, and the absurdity, the foolishness of the people of that town. So the people at the beginning praised the protagonist, but later on they started criticizing him. They started mocking at him, ridiculing him. Okay, all that you know very well. And instead of giving the protagonist some wise advice, they all misguided him. So in that way you can find the absurdity of the people, and you can also find the inefficiency of the bureaucracy. So therefore this first one is only the primary theme of this story, not the second one. The significance of personal relationships, no. The beauty of rural life, no. The impact of technological advancements, no. So second one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the first one is your answer. Now let's move on to 33rd question is there. Choose the primary purpose of Algernon Moncrieff's creation of the fictional character Bunbury. You know that very well. You know the play that is Importance of Being Earnest, was written by Oscar Wilde. You know that very well. And here, what is the primary purpose of Algernon's creation of fictional character Bunbury? You know this story very well. I have not made a video on this, and I am going to make a video, and the video is under preparation. So very shortly it is going to be uploaded. According to this story, so this Algernon creates this fictional character Bunbury only to avoid social obligations, okay, right? And he wants to lead a double life that is there. You know, this Bunbury serves as a convenient excuse for this Algernon to avoid tedious social commitments and social responsibilities, claiming that he has to visit this sick friend that is Bunbury. వీడితో అనారోగ్యంగా ఉన్నాడు అని చెప్పి అలా అనేకమైనటువంటి సోషల్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్స్ను తప్పించుకోజూడడానికి సృష్టించినటువంటి ఒక ఫిక్షనల్ క్యారెక్టరే ఈ బన్బరీ. ఓకే, దట్ స్టోరీ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్. ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు టీచ్ యూ దట్ స్టోరీ. బట్ లెట్ us now choose the correct answer here. What is that? What are the options here? To avoid attending social functions. The very first one is the right one. He wants to avoid the social functions, the social obligations, the social commitments, because they look to be very tedious and very meaningless for this Algernon. And therefore, whenever he has to attend some social function, he would take up the name of this Bunbury, his fictional character, his fictional friend, okay, his created friend and all that. And he would escape from attending this social obligation or social functions, taking the name of this Bunbury, right? And the very first one is the right one. To facilitate romantic encounters, no. To entertain his friends, no. To manage his fiancés, no. So second one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the first one is your correct option, correct answer, right? You go to the 34th question. Identify Lady Bracknell's main objection to Jock Worthing as a suitor for Gwendoline. So you know very well. This is again a question from The Importance of Being Earnest, written by Oscar Wilde. You know that very well. And what are the options given here? Jock's lack of wealth, no. Jock's profession, no. Jock's unclear parentage, because Jock Worthing does not know who his biological parents are. He himself does not know, because he was found in a bag at some Victoria railway station, some station, right? And he has unclear parentage and unclear background. His family background is not known to himself, and therefore because of these two things, and Lady Bracknell wants a person from a high class family or a rich family and high social standing. So when she wants to have a groom from that big family, how can she give her daughter to this Jock Worthing who does not know his own parents, who does not have a very good family background? So that's why it's a kind of objection. Okay, right. So here this third one is on the right one. Jock's lack of social connections, no. So first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is your correct answer, right? So now you move on to other questions. 35th question. What is this? Choose the primary reason for Viola's decision to disguise herself as Cesario in Twelfth Night, written by William Shakespeare, right? You know very well about Viola's decision to disguise herself as Cesario, as a boy, as a man Cesario. Why? Because before you choose the correct answer, let me give you a brief idea about the story. So this Viola, you know very well, after being shipwrecked, okay, shipwrecked, where this after being shipwrecked in Illyria. Illyria is a place, okay. This is quite unknown to this Viola, you know that very well. And believing that her twin brother, that is Sebastian, you know very well, Sebastian to be dead. Now she feels that she is totally all alone and vulnerable in that what you call unfamiliar land that is Illyria. ఇక్కడ ఆమె ఒంటరిగా, ఆమెకు ఏమి తెలియదు. షీ ఫీల్స్ ఆల్ అలోన్ అండ్ వల్నరబుల్ ఇన్ దట్ అన్ఫెమిలియర్ ల్యాండ్. అండ్ దేర్ ఫోర్ వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? ఫర్ సెల్ఫ్ ప్రొటెక్షన్, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? సెల్ఫ్ ప్రొటెక్షన్. This is there. She is a girl, young girl. For self-protection and for survival. Okay, survival. For self-protection and for survival, she disguises herself as a man, that is Cesario, and she tries to win job under Duke Orsino. You know that very well. So here, that is only the main reason. So, okay, the main reason, the primary reason for Viola's decision is for self-protection and survival. She wants some employment for survival. She wants some protection. So now let us look at the options given here. You know that very well. To escape from pursuer? No. To gain employment and navigate Illyria? That is the correct answer. She wants some employment. For survival sake, she wants some employment. She also wants to navigate that Illyria. Because as a girl, she cannot navigate that Illyria. She cannot move in that Illyria, because it is a male-dominated society. So being a girl, she could not navigate. Navigate means she could not move about in this Illyria. And therefore, she has disguised herself as a man called Cesario. Right. So the second one is the right one. To find her lost brother? No. To avoid being recognized as a woman? No. Okay. First one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. The primary reason for Viola's decision to disguise herself as Cesario. And now let's move on to the next question. 36th question. Choose the main consequence of Malvolio's belief that Olivia loves him. So this is yet another question given from 12th Night of William Shakespeare, and this story you know very well. And here this Malvolio is there. He is working as a steward for Olivia. But what happens, he is made to believe by certain persons like Maria, okay, and Toby and others. Okay, what they do, they play a prank on him. And they trick him into believing that Olivia loves him. Olivia has fallen in love with him. And by planting some forged letter, they also drop some letter to this Malvolio. And Malvolio reads the letter and he comes to a conclusion that this Olivia is in love with him. She has fallen in love with him. And therefore, according to this letter, this Malvolio wears the yellow stockings, okay, and behaves in a queer way, in an absurd way, in a very ridiculous way in front of this Olivia. And then Maria, Toby and others tell her that he has gone wrong, and he thinks that you have fallen in love with him, and all such things they tell her. And then they decide to keep him in a dark room as a treatment for that mental illness or that madness. So here this Malvolio was kept in the dark room, okay, for the treatment of that illness and all that. So here the main consequence of Malvolio's belief that Olivia loves him is what? Here you pay attention. Yes, he is promoted to a higher position. No. He is welcomed into Olivia's social circle. No. He is confined. He was put in a dark room and treated as mad. Because he believed that Olivia has fallen in his love. He has been confined in a dark room and he has been treated as a madman. So that is the consequence, that is the result of his belief that Olivia loves him. So third one is the right one. He is rewarded with financial gain. Now, so first one, second one, fourth one are wrong. Only the third one is the right one. Now you move on to other questions. 37th question. Choose the primary setting of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. So you know very well, this is also a very interesting novel written by Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird. Very interesting. I am also going to make a video on this beautiful novel. Right. Where is the primary setting of this novel means? New York City? No. Atlanta, Georgia? No. Yes, right now I am in Atlanta. That is in the state of Georgia, and just beside this Georgia there is another state called Alabama, and in that Alabama there is a city called Macomb, and in this city the whole story of this novel is said to have taken place in Macomb, right, and not in Chicago, Illinois. Okay, and here you see this is Florida, this is Georgia, this is South Carolina, okay, this is North Carolina, and this is Tennessee, and this is Alabama. So these are all the states, and this Alabama, for Georgia this Atlanta is the capital city, for Alabama Montgomery is the capital city. So like that there are so many cities in Alabama state. So this Macomb is one of those cities, and in that city the whole story has taken place. And that's why the primary setting of this novel To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee is in Macomb, Alabama. Okay, right, and first one, second one, third one are wrong, only the fourth one is the right one. Now you move on to the next question. Now 30th question. Choose the event that becomes a focal point for racial tension in the story of To Kill a Mockingbird. You know very well what is the focal point for racial tension in the story. So you know very well in this novel what happens now. There takes place the trial of Tom Robinson. Okay, Tom Robinson. This Tom Robinson, he was a black man. So in this in Georgia, in Florida, in the southern states of this America, you can find more black people. Okay, right. And this Tom Robinson was a black man, and here what happened, this black man was falsely accused of raping a white lady called Mayella. Okay, Mayella Evil. Okay, Mayella Evil. This is the name of that white lady. And this Tom Robinson was accused falsely of raping this Mayella Evil. And the trial was going on in that court. Okay, the judges were also white people. And so the trial was going on. And because of this trial, there was a tension in that city or in that place. Okay, so that was the racial tension. Racial tension was there between the blacks and the whites. There was a racial tension in that area, in that city, right? And here, that is only the focal point. So, what are the options given here? The town's annual festival? No, that is not the focal point for racial tension. Election of the mayor? No. A school play? No. Tom Robinson's trial? Okay. This Robinson's trial has become a focal point, a very important aspect for racial tension in this story, that is To Kill a Mockingbird. So here first, second, third are wrong, and only the fourth one is the right answer. Now let's move on to other questions. 39th question. What is this 39th question? Choose the primary purpose of George Orwell's Animal Farm. You know very well, this is also a very, very interesting allegory, okay, very story, right? It's an allegory on the totalitarianism of Russia of those days, right? And here you pay attention. And to depict farm life in a rural setting? No. To explore animal behavior and biology? No. To describe the adventures of farm animals? No. To satirize, it's an allegory. It always satirizes the Russian Revolution that took place in 1917 and its aftermath. Okay, and afterwards, what happened after this 1917 revolution? The Soviet Union was formed under Stalin. You know that very well. So this is a kind of an allegory on the Russian Revolution. Okay, and this story satirizes the Russian Revolution, and aftermath means the conditions that form after the Russian Revolution. Okay, so here first one, second one, third one are wrong, only the fourth one is the right one. So the purpose of George Orwell's Animal Farm is to satirize Russian Revolution, and it's after Matt. You move on to the next question. What is that? Identify the role of squealer, okay, in Animal Farm. What is the role of the squealer? The squealer is to lead the rebellion? No. To manage the farm's economic policies? No. To oversee the animals' labor? No. To spread propaganda. Therefore, he was in the story called a propagandist. Okay, propagandist means అసత్యాలు ప్రచారం చేసేటటువంటి వాడు. Even today also in the state politics and central politics, there are some channels, YouTube channels are there. They always keep on supporting the ruling party. These are supported and encouraged by the ruling party itself. And what is the job of these YouTube channels? They always propagate or spread supporting news about the government. And whatever the bad things the government does against the people's wishes, these channels, what they do, they twist and turn the bad things into good things, and because of these good things you are going to get these benefits and all that. So like that, they go on twisting the actions of the government in a favorable way, in a convenient way and all that. So that is the job of this propagandist. Here also the squealer is there in animal form, and he always tells the animals whatever the actions the government is taking up are very good for them. Whatever the policies the government is planning to implement are very good for the welfare of the people, for the benefit of the people and so on. So this squealer's job itself is the propagandist job. Okay, changing the truth, the truth of the statement into a favorable one for the people. So that is there, right? And here the squealer's role here is to spread propaganda and manipulate truth. Okay, untruthful things are changed into truthful things, like that, that's manipulating. అసత్యమైన విషయాలు, ప్రజలకు చేటు కలిగించే విషయాలన్నింటినీ ప్రజలకు మంచిని కలిగించే విషయాలన్నట్టుగా భ్రమ కల్పించడం. సో దట్స్ ఆల్ దేర్. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ ద స్క్వీలర్. దట్స్ ద జాబ్ ఆఫ్ ది స్క్వీలర్, రైట్? అండ్ దేర్ ఫోర్ ఫస్ట్ వన్, సెకండ్ వన్, థర్డ్ వన్ ఆర్ రాంగ్. ఓన్లీ ద ఫోర్త్ వన్ ఇస్ ద రైట్ వన్. నౌ యూ మూవ్ ఆన్ టు అదర్ క్వశ్చన్స్. 41st question. Choose the type of misuse of studies Bacon warns against. So of studies, and I made a video very recently on this essay of studies. It's a very interesting and very meaningful essay. Okay, you can find so many beautiful things in this essay. Okay, you have not watched this video I have made, please try to watch it and learn so many things from this essay, right? And now the type of misuse of studies Bacon warns against. What is the type of misuse of studies? Means overstudy? No. Superficial knowledge is only the misuse of studies. Some people pretend as if they were reading so many books. They carry so many books in their hands. They buy so many books. They keep many books in their shelves and all that. But they don't go through them. They don't read them. They only pretend that they are knowledgeable people. So that is nothing but superficial knowledge. Simply acting to be a knowledgeable person. Not really knowledgeable, but acting to be knowledgeable. ఇంట్లో అన్ని పుస్తకాలు ఉంటాయి, రకరకాల పుస్తకాలు కొని పెడుతుంటారు. పబ్లిక్ చూసేవాళ్ళు అబ్బాయి ఏం బుక్స్ కొంటారు, అబ్బాయి ఎంత నాలెడ్జ్ గలవాడు అనుకునేటట్టుగా చేస్తారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్ హంబగ్, ఇట్స్ ఆల్ ట్రాష్. So here, what is that? So the misuse of studies is only superficial knowledge, right? And application of knowledge, no. Balanced study, no. So here, overstudy, application of knowledge, balanced study, these are not the right one. Only the second one is the right one. That is only the misuse of studies. Pretending to be knowledgeable is the misuse of studies. Okay, right. So this is only your answer. You move on to the next question, 42nd one. Choose the element that Rajagopalachari identifies crucial for uniting people within a nation. What is crucial? What is very important for uniting people within a nation? That is, this question is given from What Makes a Nation, and this video is about to be uploaded. Okay, maybe on Sunday or Monday it is going to be uploaded. Please watch this video and express your opinion after watching this, right? And here, what is that that unites the people within a nation? Let us see that. Here, economic resources, no. They don't unite the people within a nation. Geographic size, no. Military power, no. They don't unite the people within a nation. But what? They only their shared ideals and values can only unite the people. Okay, in a vast country, different people will have different ideals and values. So when all these ideals come together, when all these ideals are shared and all these values are shared, what happens? These things only unite the people in a country. Okay, that is what this C. Rajagopalachari says, very important. They only unite the people, not all these things, right? And therefore, first one, second one, third one are wrong, and only the fourth one is the right one. Now you move on to 43rd question. Choose the type of conflict that involves a character struggling with his own internal dilemmas. Internal dilemmas means internal conflict. You know, the emotional issues. Internal dilemmas and emotional issues. So, what is that conflict called? Means external conflict? No, it's not an external conflict, because the character is fighting with his own internal dilemmas and emotional issues. Therefore, it must be internal conflict only, not the external conflict, not societal conflict, environmental conflict. So it is clear from the question itself, you can easily understand, easily answerable question, right? So first one, second one, third one are wrong, only the fourth one is the right one. Okay, and you go to the next question. Choose the image used in the poem. What is the image used in the poem? Where the mind is without fear, to contrast enlightenment with stagnation. What is that image? Okay, so here the head is held high. Is it indicating this kind of image? Contrasting enlightenment with stagnation? No. Narrow domestic walls? No. No contrast at all. Clear stream of reason. Clear stream of reason means logical knowledge. That is nothing but enlightenment. And dreary desert sand of dead habit means which is that is stagnation. People are now suffering from old dead habits. They don't give up those dead habits. Therefore, there is a beautiful saying in the English language. There is a old habits die hard. పుట్టుకతో వచ్చిన కొన్ని అలవాట్లు పోవు, చస్తేనే పోతాయి. Old habits die hard. So here what is that? Dreary desert sand of dead habit. Some dead habits are there. Outdated habits are there. People are suffering from those dead habits and they don't give up them. That is nothing but stagnation. Okay, there will be no progress if you have these dead habits. There is only stagnation. Stagnation means no movement at all, no further movement, no further progress, no further improvement. So that's why so clear stream of reason stands for enlightenment. Dreary desert stand for dead habit stands for stagnation. So this image you can find in this line of this poem, and here therefore this is only your right option, and words come out from the depth of no. So here first one, second one, fourth one are wrong, only the third one is your right answer. Now let's move on to other questions. 46th question. Identify the figure of speech where one term is substituted for another closely related term, such as using the crown for to represent royalty. Instead of royalty, the word crown is used. Crown means royalty, royalty means crown. So what is this figure of speech called? Right, and let us look at the options given. Simile, everybody knows about this. It's a comparison between two different things using the words like or as. Okay, using the words like or as. Okay, so using like or as, we compare two different things, so then that is called simile. Okay, and a metaphor is there. It's a direct comparison in which we compare things even without the use of like and as. See, the camel is the ship of the desert. So the camel is the ship of the desert. This is a noted example. The camel, okay, is the ship of the desert. The ship of the desert. So here the camel is like the ship of the desert. That must be there. But here like is omitted. Direct comparison. The camel is the ship of the desert, something like that. So this metaphor also you know very well. Metonym is there. Metonym means where one term is substituted for another closely related term. For example, the crown is used instead of royalty. The White House is used for the president of USA. So you can say the president of the USA or the White House. So both are related, interrelated. Okay, that figure of speech is called metonymy. And alliteration is there. Alliteration is means what? It's the repetition of a consonantal sound at the beginning of two or more words in a sentence. ఒక సెంటెన్స్ లోని రెండు కానీ అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ మాటలలో మరి బిగినింగ్ లో మరి కాన్సోనెంటల్ సౌండ్ కనుక రిపీట్ అయితే then that is called alliteration. So here what is this now? This is not simile, this is not metaphor, this is not alliteration, this is only metonymy. Right? And therefore your answer is the third one, right? And now we move on to other questions. 47th one, identify the type of drama that is based on real events and aims to depict these events with a dramatic flair while remaining factual. Okay, while remaining factual. What is that type of drama? Here are given 4 options. Docudrama, okay, tragedy, comedy, farce. You know very well, docudrama is the right option. What is this docudrama? This docudrama is nothing but a film, okay, or film or TV genre, okay, genre, yes, that presents the real incidents and or historical occurrences, okay, in a dramatized format, okay, that is there. So a docudrama is nothing but a film or a TV genre which presents real incidents or historical occurrences in a dramatized format. So this tragedy, you know very well, it deals with a serious theme and a hero will come to a downfall because of his own flaw and all that, you know very well. And comedy means, you know, it is a drama which deals with comic scenes and all that, comedy. The theme of that drama is comedy, you know very well. Farce means it is also a kind of drama that deals with vulgar and substandard comedy. So comedy is a dignified comedy. Farce means, you know, vulgar and substandard comedy. So it's called farce. Okay. So here all these things you know very well. So here the type of drama that is based on real events is nothing but a docudrama, not the tragedy, not comedy, not farce. Therefore your answer is the first one, right? And now you move on to the next question. 48th one, choose the type of poem that reflects on themes of grief and loss, often mourning someone or something. You know very well the type of poem. What is the type of poem? Let us look at the options given. Ode is there, okay, elegy, haiku, limerick, these are there. What is the type of poem that reflects on themes of grief and loss? Not ode. Ode means, ode is nothing but a beautiful lyrical poem that expresses some deep admiration or praise for somebody or something. Okay. And elegy is there. Elegy is the right option here because that reflects the themes of grief and loss. It is a mournful reflective poem that deals with the loss of, the death of some person or something. Okay. This haiku is there. This haiku is what a Japanese poem consisting of 3 lines only and with a syllable pattern, okay, 575. 575 syllable pattern is followed by this. And limerick is there. It is a humorous poem, okay, it's a humorous poem consisting of 5 lines, okay, and this poem will have the rhyme scheme of AA BBA. This is the rhyme scheme, okay. So in this way, this ode is a lyrical poem which expresses deep admiration or praise for somebody or something, and elegy is a mournful reflective poem that laments the death of some person or something, and haiku is a Japanese 3-line poem having 575 syllable pattern, and limerick is there. It's a humorous poem consisting of 5 lines and following the rhyme scheme of AABBA. This is all about these poems, okay. And here choose the type of poem that reflects the themes of grief and loss means only elegy. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is your right answer. And I am giving elaborate information about each and everything, and that's why it's taking some time. Okay, it's all right. And now let's move on to other questions. 49th question. Identify the phase of listening that involves reflecting on and discussing the listening activity. So this is a very simple and easy question. And here the phase of listening, okay, he is talking about the listening skill that involves reflecting on. Reflecting on means thinking about or ruminating over. and here discussing, and you also discuss on the matter that is listened to by you, okay, right, and in the listening activity. So identify the phase of listening. What is that means here? Pre-listening, okay, wrong, because in the pre-listening you don't reflect on the matter that you listen to. While listening, during listening is also not the right one. Post-listening is the right one, because only after listening to something, that's called post listening, you can reflect on and you can also discuss on the matter, okay. That is possible only after listening. Therefore post listening is only the right option. Focused listening means listening to something with so much of attention. It's not that, okay. Here first one, second one, third, fourth one are wrong, only the third one is the right one. Now you move on to the next question. Choose the best option that fits the blank. What is that question? The learning outcomes proposed by NCERT are based and can be measured qualitatively and quantitatively, okay. And some blank is given here, and what are the options given here? Memory, okay. The learning outcomes, the learning results proposed by NCERT are memory based, no. Competency based, right? Translation based, no. Grammar based also, no. So that means the learning outcomes are not memory based, translation based, grammar based, okay. Only competence based. Competence means samardhyamunu batti, that must be decided. Only you can measure it quantitatively and qualitatively. Competence, samardhata, samardhyamu, capability, something like that. So here the learning outcomes proposed by NCERT are competency based ones. So therefore first one, third one, fourth one are wrong, only the second one is the right one. And now you move on to other questions. 51st question. Identify the step of transacting writing skills that involves refinement in groups. What is that? The step of transacting means the step of dealing with writing skills that involves refinement in groups. What is the step that deals with writing skills means? Here you pay attention. Individual attempt does not deal with writing skills. Presentation of one group product. So the writing must be presented by one group only. So then what happens now? It will have its own standard and it will have its own refinement. Copywriting, no. Assigning the task to a group, no. So here only the presentation of one group product. So the matter, whatever may be the matter, that must be presented as a presentation of one group product. And whenever you present that matter as one group product, that will have its own standard, its own what you call refinement. And that's why this is only the first one, third one, fourth one are wrong, only the second one is the right option. Now you move on to the next question. Identify the activities suitable for developing speaking skills at the elementary level. At the elementary level means second class, third class and all that, okay. What activity will you take up for the development of speaking skills means dialogues, no. Group discussions, no. Following direction, that's the right one. And it's a simple one. Go to the left, go to the right, go straight. These are all the directions. This activity will develop the speaking skills of the students at the elementary level. So therefore dialogues, group discussions, oral composition, these are wrong. Only following directions is only the right one. Only this can help improve or develop speaking skills of the children at the elementary level, right? And now we move on to other questions. 53rd question. Identify a type of reinforcement used in teaching. Identify a type of reinforcement. Reinforcement means something designed for supporting. That's called reinforcement used in teaching. What is that that can support teaching means? Here let us look at the options given. Interactive flat panel, no, it doesn't support in teaching. Positive non-verbal communication. Positive non-verbal communication will support in teaching, because positive non-verbal means okay, you don't express anything with your mouth. Simply you express your feelings, emotions with your gestures, with your facial expressions, with your hand movements, body movements and all that. So only the positive non-verbal communication will support in the teaching. Okay, silent criticism, not the one. Ignoring mistakes, no. So first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. Only positive non-verbal. Verbal means spoken. Non-verbal means only expressing through facial features, emotions, gestures and all that. So they only help very much in teaching. So therefore your answer is the second one. Right. You go to the next question, 54th one. Choose the best option that fits the blank. What is that? Here, preparing documents, reports, records for future reference. For future reference, we prepare documents, we prepare reports and records for future. Is a purpose of what? Dash in writing. What is this dash? Let us look at the options given. Organization in writing, no. A purpose of organization, right? No. A purpose of content in writing, no. A purpose of evaluation in writing, no. A purpose of proficiency. Since you are proficient in all these things now, you are maintaining some proficiency in writing. You are keeping all these things for your future references that reveals your proficiency. You are preparing documents, reports, records for future reference means what? It is nothing but it is your proficiency. It's your skill. Right. And therefore, first one, second one, third one are wrong. Only the fourth one is the right one. Now you move on to other questions. 55th question. Vivian Cook's multi-competence approach to second language acquisition views individuals as Vivian Cook's multi-competence approach. This is a beautiful approach to second language acquisition. Already you have your own mother tongue. Mother tongue is your first language. Second language means you can pick up any other language. Hindi, Urdu, Tamil, Kannada, English, Spanish, whatever the language you can pick up. That is the second language. So in the second language acquisition, and what are those second language acquisition children are called, or learners are called? Second language acquisition learners are called, or viewed means called means what are those individuals called here? Language learners. No, you cannot simply say language learners means you can learn any number of languages. Only the second language. Okay, to second language acquisition, apart from your original language, mother tongue, you want to pick up another language. That is called the second language. So the second language learners are called not language learners. Language learners are the learners of various languages. That's why it's not. L2 users, that's the right one. L2 means second language learners. According to Vivian Cook's multi-competence approach, this L2 users means the second language learners are called L2 users. And monolingual speakers, no. Grammar experts, no. Therefore, first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. And now you move on to the next question. Identify the hypothesis by Krashen that states language learners learn grammatical structures in a fixed and universal way. The grammatical structures are there. Grammatical structures. For example, subject, verb, okay, and object. Okay, so it's one structure. Subject, okay, helping verb, okay, and noun or pronoun. So, I am a doctor. Some example is given first. I, helping verb, am a doctor. This is a structure. I am a doctor. She is a nurse. So like that. So this is one structure. This is one structure. There are so many structures. Okay, right. And here, hypothesis by Krashen that states language learners learn grammatical structures in a fixed and universal way. there are so many grammatical structures, and the language learners will learn all of them. Even myself also learned the grammatical structures in a fixed and universal way. So what is that? Monitor hypothesis, no. Input hypothesis, no. Affective filter hypothesis, no. Natural order hypothesis. So I want to tell you about all these things, but it will consume a lot of time. Okay, right. And sometime later I would like to tell you what is this monitor hypothesis, input hypothesis, active filter hypothesis. Okay, all such things I would like to tell you after some time. But here, natural order hypothesis. According to this, the language learners learn grammatical structures in a fixed and universal way. Therefore, first one, second one, third one are wrong, and only the fourth one is the right one. Now you move on to other questions. 57th one, choose the best option that fits the blank. According to NCF National Curriculum Framework of 2005, stories, dramas and poems relate children to their what? All the stories, dramas and poems relate the children, connect the children to what? What do they connect the children to? Okay, here options. Linguistic skills, no. Cultural heritage is the right one. All these stories, dramas, poems connect the children to their cultural heritage. That is there. Not linguistic skills, relationships with the siblings, linguistic knowledge, not. So, first one, third one, fourth one are wrong. Only the second one is the right one. Right. That is according to NCF 2005, National Curriculum Framework. You go to the next question. 58th one. Choose the best option that fits the blank. The aim of remedial teaching is to provide additional help to pupils who have what? Remedial teaching is meant for slow learners, okay, backward students, okay, you know that very well. And here see, surpassed their peers, no, okay, that is provided to pupils who have surpassed their peers, no, consistently high performance, no, fallen behind the rest of the class. This is the right. Fallen behind means they are backward in studies. Okay, in grasping the things, in understanding the things, in learning the things, and that's why they are the pupils who have fallen behind the rest of the class. So for them only this remedial teaching is necessary, and average academic achievement, no. So here first one, second one, fourth one are wrong, only the third one is the right one. Now we move on to other questions. 59th one, identify the principle of sequencing content that involves learning prerequisite knowledge before advancing. Okay, principle of sequencing content. Sequencing means keeping the content in an order. Okay, what to learn first, what to learn next, that's called sequencing content. That involves learning prerequisite knowledge before advancing. Before you learn some higher things, no, this is a prerequisite. For example, in mathematics, okay, in maths, one example I would like to give you. Okay, for learning divisions, okay, and multiplications, okay, like that. For learning these bigger things, you need to learn about additions and subtractions. So these are the prerequisites to learn these things. ఇవి నేర్చుకోవడానికి ఇవి ప్రీరిక్విజిట్. కొన్ని విషయాలు నేర్చుకోవడానికి కొన్ని విషయాలు ప్రీరిక్విజిట్. ఇది నేర్చుకుంటేనే అది వస్తుంది. If you learn about the helping verbs and the main verbs and personal pronouns, if you నేర్చుకుంటే you can learn the tenses correctly. For learning tenses, these three are the prerequisites. ఈ మూడు prerequisites. అట్లాగే అంటే బిఫోర్ అడ్వాన్సింగ్ మీన్స్ బిఫోర్ లెర్నింగ్ బిగ్గర్ థింగ్స్, prerequisite knowledge is necessary. What is that principle called then? Here you pay attention. Spiral approach, okay, no. Chronological learning, no. Simple to complex, no. Prerequisite learning, that itself is called prerequisite learning approach. About these three things I want to tell you, but I don't have much time, please. Already this is consuming more time. Even for dealing with the 30 bits, I am taking more time because so here spiral approaching is very interesting. Chronological, according to the dates and all that. Simple to complex, first you learn simple things and gradually you are according to your standard, you keep learning bigger things and complex things and tough things, difficult things, something like that. These are all the approaches, various approaches. So here let us not talk about these things now because it consumes more time. And here prerequisite learning is there. Prerequisite learning, If you want to learn bigger things, sometimes you need to learn certain important things before that. It's called prerequisite learning. I have given one example here. In order to learn division and multiplication, the prerequisite is addition and subtractions are very important. If you can learn these things, you can also learn these things. Right. So, right. First one, second one, third one are wrong. Fourth one is the right one. Now we move on to the last question of this second part of this video. Identify the sequence of curriculum development. Okay, very simple. Sequence means order. Curriculum development. Curriculum. How do you develop curriculum? So here, renewal now. First renewal there will not be there. Design is there, very important. Design is what here renewal. So renewals are first of all when you are developing curriculum, you don't first of all go for renewal. Renewal comes later on. That's why now this renewal gone. Only first design will be there. First you design the curriculum. Okay. Design evaluation. Oh no, evaluation. Immediately after design you cannot evaluate the thing. You implement that. Okay. After implementation you evaluate that. After evaluating that you renew that if at all it looks to be good. It looks to be useful. మంచిగా ఉంటుంది దాన్ని రిన్యూ చేస్తాం. ఫస్ట్ డిజైన్ చేస్తాం, దాన్ని అమలు చేస్తాం, దాన్ని ఎవాల్యుయేట్ మదింపు చేస్తాం, దాన్ని రిన్యూ చేస్తాం. సో డిజైన్, ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్, ఎవాల్యుయేషన్, రెన్యువల్. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ద సీక్వెన్స్ ఆర్డర్ ఆఫ్ కరికులం డెవలప్మెంట్. నాట్ ద ఫస్ట్ వన్, నాట్ ద సెకండ్ వన్, నాట్ ద ఫోర్త్ వన్. ఓన్లీ ద థర్డ్ వన్ ఈజ్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్. With this video comes to an end. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hello dear AP TET School Assistant Candidates. Thank you so much for watching this second part of this video. If you don't understand anything that I have explained in this video, please make a mention of it in the comment section. I'm here ready to answer your doubts and questions. Okay, please don't forget to watch this video till the end. That's my request. And with another beautiful video, I shall be back to you. Until then, bye, see you, I love you. Right.